Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Divine Shadow here. I don't have my camera on right now. I don't really feel like it. I need to get a shower and stuff, get all fixed up for the day. It's really early in the morning, so I thought I would just show off one of my commander decks, and the only one that I own in real life, since this deck cost me a considerable amount to put together. Let's see, we have 27 artifacts. Basalt Monolith, Cage Sun, Coalition Relic, Cold Storage, Erratic Portal, Extraplanar Lens, Gauntlet of Might, Gauntlet of Power, Gilded Lotus, Grim Monolith, Illusionist Bracers, Lightning Greaves, Magerite Stone, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Mind Stone, Puppet Strings, Quicksilver Amulet, Rings of Bright Hearth, Rishadan Pawnshop, Soul Ring, Sundial of the Infinite, Swiftfoot Boots, Telegelad Stylus, Thousand Year Elixir, Voltaic Key, and Worn Power Stone. Let's go over the the ones you've probably not seen before. Let's start off with Cold Storage. Cold Storage is a 4-drop artifact that says pay 3, put target creature you control on Cold Storage, so basically you exile it under Cold Storage, essentially. Sacrifice Cold Storage, put all creature cards on Cold Storage into play. So basically, put some dudes that we've cheated into play with our general, which I will get to later, underneath Cold Storage. Sacrifice it later, get ETB triggers, and later in the game, those ETB triggers are much more useful than early game. Illusionist Bracers. This one you might have seen a bit more, but let's go over it just in case. Whenever an ability of equipped creature, not activated, is activated, if it isn't a mana ability, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Copy Zirilan's ability, copy Dragon Mage's ability, copy a lot of different abilities. This card's insane. Magerite Stone, pay 1, untap target creature that has an activated ability with a tap in its cost. Puppet Strings, pay 2, tap it, tap or untap target creature. Rishadan Pawnshop, 2-drop, pay 2, tap it, shuffle target card and play you control into its owner's library. So the dragons we've tutored out, we put them back into our library, shuffle them away, save them from being exiled. As I've said, it'll all be explained once I tell you who my general actually is. Sundial of the Infinite, end the turn. To end the ability, that's when it's on the stack for my general. Telegelad Stylus. Potentially one of the best cards in this deck. Just a colorless, put it into play, tap it, put target permanent I own on the bottom of my library. So, before we get any further, since this is DURGERNS RS, let's go to the general. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck's going on in my throat. My general is Zirilan of the Claw. 3 colorless, double red, not a dragon. It's a Viashino Shaman. So get this out of the way right now. Pay a colorless and 2 red, tap it. Search your library for a dragon card and put it into play as though it were just played. So put it into play, it gains haste. And yeah, you shuffle your library afterwards, obviously. Gains haste, is unaffected by summoning sickness. Remove the creature from the game at end of any turn. The oracle/errated text of this is at the beginning of the next end step. So with Zirilan, during your opponent's, well, the opponent before your turn, during their end step, use Zirilan's ability, get a dragon, go to your upkeep. Then you can potentially put out 2 dragons and get him for serious damage. This is a very, very dangerous general that's very fragile, very fun to play at the same time. Now that we got that out of the way, let's move on. We run 22 creatures, 21 of them are dragons. We have Balefire Dragon. When it deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. 6 on average, 10 at maximum. Potentially more. Changeling Berserker. This card is really good with Zirilan. Tutor for it. Save Zirilan when a board wipe comes, so it gets exiled with Changing Berserker, which champions a creature. Changing Berserker dies, Zirilan comes back into play. You save your, basically your best engine from getting fucked over. Very powerful card in this deck. Dragon Mage, wheel on a stick. So basically, discard your hand, every player does, then draw 7 new cards. Double it up with Illusionist's Bracers for 14. Dragon Tyrant, Flying Trample Double Strike, has an upkeep cost of paying 4 red. It has Fire Breathing, where you pay a red and give it +1/+0 until end of turn. Hellkite Charger, additional combats by paying 7. Hellkite Tyrant, steal people's artifacts. If you control 20 or more at the beginning of your upkeep, you win the game. Horde Smelter Dragon, to pop artifacts and make it a little bigger. Hoarding Dragon, the only thing you don't really want to tutor up with Zirilan is this. Get any artifact out of your deck, put it under it, hope this guy dies. You usually tutor this out when a board wipe's about to happen and you don't have options for a Changeling Berserker. Killmouth Dragon, one of the best engines in this deck. Amplify 3, which is as this card comes into play, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it for each dragon card you reveal in your hand. So 3 to 4 are your best. It's a flying 5/5. Tap it. Deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on the target creature or player. This alone, with Illusionist's Bracers and a way to untap it, can win you the game on the spot a lot of the time. Just cheat it in at the end step of your opponent's turn, tap it, do damage, untap it, tap it, deal damage twice if you have bracers on it. Go to your turn, tap it, untap it, tap it, game. Well, at least for one person. Nullspine Dragon. If you've dealt a shit ton of damage and you don't like your hand, cheat this guy into play. Enters. Discard your hand, which is like maybe 2 cards. Draw a shit ton of new ones. Seems good. Moonveil Dragon, Fire Breathing for all your dudes. 2 damage or 6 damage, depending on what you need. This thing hurts people badly. Scourge of the Throne. If you're on the throne, meaning you have less life. I think that's what it means. Yeah. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Scourge just gets you additional combats if you attack the player with the most life or tied for most life. And it gets a +1/+1 counter. Scourge of Valkis does damage equal to the number of Durgans that are entering the battlefield. So it enters, more Durgans enter. Durgan. This thing puts in serious work. It also has Fire Breathing. Spawn of Thraxus does damage equal to the number of mountains you control. Steel Hellkite destroys rocks, dudes, you name it. This thing can do it. It's also got colorless Fire Breathing. Destroy dudes on the ground. Tap down flying dudes to deal damage. With your general active, this thing zaps something for 7, and then it hits the player for potentially 7. Ulamog, so we don't get milled out. Destroys target permanent. Indestructible. Annihilator 4. The Annihilator is very powerful and very useful. Uvara Hellkite makes some more dudes if we don't have a way to shuffle our guys back to the library. Just make some replacements. And World Coder Dragon, the combo piece to this deck. Comes into play, remove all the permanents you control from the game. So the combo is this. Float between 8, 9, or 13 mana. Use any one of our board wipes, which is Apocalypse, Decree of Annihilation, or Jokel Hops. Probably going to add Devastation to this today. And he takes all your stuff out of play. It's exiled. You kill him. He dies. They all come back into play. Your opponent's stuff's all gone. You win. You basically win. Our enchantments are Aggravated Assault for additional combats, Braid of Fire for additional mana for basically only Zirilan. Fervor, give our dudes haste. Flame Shadow Conjuring to double up our dudes by just paying a single red more. Sneak Attack because fucking sneak attack, it just cheats in giant dudes for 1 red mana. It's completely broken. This is one of Wizards of the Coast's biggest mistakes, but one of my favorite things that they've ever made. Our sorceries, Apocalypse, remove all permanents from the game for 5 red mana. Well, 2 colorless, triple red. And then I discard my hand, so it hurts me a bit, but if I combo out, it hurts them a lot more. Blast my sack, 13 damage to each dude. Decree of Annihilation. Exile everything but enchantments. Or destroy all lands. Gamble is a tutor with a randomized chance of losing the thing you tutored for. Jokel Hobbs, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands. Mana Geyser, really strong in multiplayer, kind of shitty in one-on-one. Vandal Blast, destroy all artifacts that I don't control for 5 mana, strong. Chaos Warp, pretty good on my own stuff, sometimes gets me a dude into play. If I get a dude in really early and I start smacking face before anyone gets anything online, very dangerous for them. If it hits a Dragon Tyrant, it hurts a bit, if it happens really early. Seething Song at 5 red mana, a Mana Crypt, a Mountain, and this can get a turn 1 Zirilan, which is really, really strong. We run 1 Planeswalker, and that is Koth. His -2 is extremely relevant, giving us a red mana for each mountain we control after playing him. Can add up a considerable amount, can make bigger plays, or we can make mountains into men, or just untap 1 mountain for that additional mana, which is good. Lastly, the lands. We run 1 Ancient Tomb, 1 Bloodstained Mire is another way to shuffle our library, 1 Flamekin Village because it gives a dude haste, 1 Forgotten Cave is a cycle land, either it's a tapped mountain, or it cycles us to draw us a card when we need it. Myriad Landscape to get 2 mountains out of our deck. 26 snow-covered mountains, because if I'm playing extra planar lands and you aren't running snow-covered mountains, then I'm the only one who wants the advantage out of this. Spine Rock Knoll Hideaway Land, very easy to get it live, make it work. It hits great stuff, and when it hits bad stuff, what can you do? It's magic. Temple of the False God, Valakut the Molten Pinnacle with 6-7 mountains and World Gorder Dragon is hilarious. And Wooded Foothills to shuffle our library again. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this Commander deck tech. I think it's a deck tech, whatever. If you like the deck, I'll leave the link down below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you all later. By the way, new Shadows over Innistrad spoilers. Sorin kicks ass. That's all. Later, guys.